Hey there, boys and girls, and welcome back. I'm your host and guide, Thirtyne, and we're playing some Final Fantasy VIII. Now, I know most of you hate the game, but I like it. I really do. So, too bad. Now, at the end of the last episode, we grabbed ourselves 2 Guardian Forces. Guardian Forces are basically what's going to give you all your abilities. Without them, you can't cast magic, you can't use items, you can't do anything. You can attack, but that's it. So they are going to be what we need to level. They are the main everything in this game. They are our life source, our lifeblood. And you go into their menu here and you can pick abilities to learn. The first one I'm going to point out, I'm not going to point out every single ability and which ones work out well. Basically, you're going to want all these junction abilities. These ones are good. HP, Vitality, Magic, Spirit, you know, any of your stats. Being able to junction magic to your stats is key to getting through this game. And so are all these stat plus abilities. Magic plus, Strength plus, 20%, 30%, 20%, 40%, 60%, 80%. I don't think there is a 30%. I think it goes up in increments of 20. But those are good. These refined skills. This is where you're going to be getting your magic for the most part, so that you can then junction it to your stats to get stronger. Okay, that might sound a bit weird. It's a little bit of a change up from how things were done before, but I'll explain that. And then these ones here, these different commands. Some of these are good, some of them not so much. The card command, one of the commands you must have. You must get this. It is of utmost importance. Work on this first. This is a necessity that you need to get for yourself now. I will explain why when we actually end up getting it. So, click on it, tell them to learn it. Also, whenever you learn an ability, make sure you come in and pick another one. Because, honestly, Summon Magic, GF HP, Boost, not so required. If you plan on summoning your Guardian Forces in battle, yeah, those can be good, but I'm not going to be doing that much at all, if ever. Maybe to show them off, but that'd be about it. So, not necessary to learn any of these. As you can only see, we've got 2 pages of abilities here. So we don't want to fill them up with junk. We want them to have good abilities. Let's go to our other GF, Shiva. Let's get her learning something other than Summon Magic. You can see it will always jump back to Summon Magic. So, like I said, make sure you always try to learn something else. Let's give her Strength Junction. That is what we want. It is what we want. It is how it works. Currently we have no magic. We can junction. We've got to give ourselves abilities. Let's give Quetzalcoatl to Kizdis here. We have no magic to junction, so it doesn't matter. But we have to give ourselves abilities. Magic allows us to cast our magic, but derp. Guardian Force draws how we get our magic. And this is what gets really tedious. But different at the same time. So make sure you give both your characters draw for now. Everything else doesn't really matter. Make sure they have draw. And with that, let's go get into a battle. 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 Yeah, battle. We get into a fight. Get into a fight. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Ah, crap. I always do this. I forgot to increase the battle speed. Anyways, you start off here, you got your enemy. He is called a Glacial Eye. You can see that by hitting L1. Boring stuff, but you want to draw. This is how we need to start the game. We draw from him, and you'll see he's got all these question mark things. These are each of the different spells that we can currently draw from him. If you want, you can just cast them, find out what they are. So you can see he's got a Blizzard spell, he's got a Cure spell, and there's a third one that we don't know what it is. So feel free to cast it, figure it out. But what we're going to need to do here at the beginning of the game is get ourselves stronger. So what I suggest is kind of walking around and loading up on a bunch of magic. So blizzards, cures, Other enemies in this area have fires. Right? So you got Scan. You got fire. You have lightning. So on and so forth. As I said, tedious. Because what we're going to want to do, and what I am doing right here at the beginning, is I'm going to load up. I'm going to be getting 100 blizzards, 100 cures for these characters. Why? Because I want them. So I'm pretty much going to be sitting here doing this until both of them are at 100 blizzards and 100 cures. Now, if at any point they go, it looks like I might be dying, you know, I get kind of low on health, what I'm going to do then is the enemy has a cure spell that I can draw from it. So I'll just do this, draw, cure, cast, whoever seems to be taking damage. But this is gonna take a while. And this is the part of the game that really isn't fun. But once you get it out of the way, we can just start blasting through. So I will see you guys in a bit after I have loaded up on spells here, alright? Alright. Okay, so out of that battle, yeah, I just finished it all off after loading up on spells. So we go into our magic here. You can now see Kizdis has 100 cures, 100 blizzards. Squall also has 100 cures, 100 blizzards. I'm also gonna take a little detour here. I'm gonna increase my camera movement just so things look a bit cooler. I'm gonna speed up the battle so I don't have to wait so long every time. My god. But what we do with our magic, and the reason why this is what's tedious but makes it a bit different, is each of our stats, we had that junction ability. Now what we do is we take our magic and we put it to our stat. So you can see we can up our magic here. And with Squall, we can up his Spirit. So Spirit being magic defense, and you notice Spirit Cure puts it up a lot more than Blizzard does. And here, Blizzard puts up our magic more than Cure does. Yeah, different magics are going to have different effects on different stats. So, we got to play around with it a bit. For now, we just got Blizzard and Cure. We got our magic stat up, which magic stat, as you would think, allows you to be able to deal more damage when casting magic, which I do, but I don't do too often because, hey, if Blizzard was currently attached to my HP, every time I would cast it, I would lose life because I would be decreasing my HP because I wouldn't have as many magics junctioned to said stat. So you gotta be careful. But the magic stat makes your magic stronger. It also allows you to draw more magic from enemies in battle. So we got lucky and fought that blue guy right away. Another enemy that we're going to want to fight, and if you were to grind here at the beginning of the game, come down here to the beach, because this is the enemy that you're going to want to do it on. Okay? These, like, fish guys here. They're called fasciculations. Basically, you're going to want to kill one off, and then just drop from the other. That way you're not taking quite as much damage from them. These guys don't have cure, so you're actually going to have to cast it on yourself if you want to cure. If you want to heal up. So, make sure you've at least stocked up on some sort of healing spell before you come down here. But what these guys have is, my god, they're actually quite a bit stronger than the other enemies you fight. But what these guys have, if one of them could die, thank you, that we want, is this second spell here. This is Sleep. So we're going to want to stock up on this. Certain spells are going to be good for characters to have, you know, basically any sort of status ailment spell, Sleep, Poison, Zombie, Blind, Silence, those sorts of things, because we can give ourselves resistance to those spells with them later on in the game. Things like Fire, Blizzard, Thunder, those are going to be good spells to have for their elemental properties, allowing us to deal damage to bosses more, being able to protect ourselves from bosses' attacks, giving ourselves elemental resistances, so on and so forth. And then there are going to be other spells that are just all around good to have. You know, your cures, certain buffs, but I'll point those out when we get to them. For now, let's just go back to drawing a whole bunch of sleeps. And I will see you when both my characters are once again at 100. Alright, so now we've also got Sleep. There's a few other spells you can pick up in this area for your characters. Not necessary at this point with Cure and Blizzard, you're good to go. Sleep, like I said, is just a really good one to have. But, might as well at least point out the two enemies. There is another enemy you can fight just here on the plains with fire-type spells. Hopefully we'll pop him up. Nope. Nope, of course he doesn't. Of course he doesn't. But that's okay, we'll just kill this guy, because we got no... Whoa, wait. Hopefully you live. Maybe you live? Alright, you know what? Before we kill him off, let's actually heal ourselves up, because... What the hell? Why not? We can. It's free. We can draw Cure from him, so let's pretty much get some free healing here. Another thing worth mentioning is that when you cast a spell by drawing it from the enemy, it's not as strong as if... So like going here and going Cure Cast, it's not as strong as if I had just gone Cure, just Magic, and then cast Cure. But not enough that it's going to make it like huge difference, but later on you'd start to see that it is better to just draw and then cast it and spend the 2 turns doing so. Or to just cast Cure and then spend the next turn getting that 1 cast back again. Alright, but he's out of there. Good. Woo! Hey, this is the first time we're gonna see the battle victory screen. Yay! So, like normal, it's an RPG, win a battle, get experience, possibly get items, and there you get AP. This is what your GF are using to learn their abilities. The reason I said you want to grind down on the fish is because each one of those guys gives you 6 AP, so you can learn abilities better and faster without having to worry about leveling up as much. Because remember, like I said, leveling up isn't going to kill you, but it's not going to help you either. Alright, and here in the forest, we got these caterpillar guys. They're going to have thunder. So if you feel like stocking up on a bunch of thunders, go for it. Fight them in here. Now, I'm not pointing out any sort of like... I would like to put the enemy stats on screen, but it's not possible. Because they level up with me, so right now my average party level is I think 8 or 9, I didn't actually even pay attention to what level they are right now, means the enemy is going to be level 8 or 9. Right? If I was level 40, and I was in this same forest, guess what? The enemies here are going to be level 40. It also means that the more you level up, not only do the enemies get stronger, but their spells get stronger too. So if I came back here when I was level 40, or if I just wanted to spend the time right now running around fighting until I was such a high level, if I went to draw from this guy, he would no longer have Thunder or Cure. He would have a stronger version of Thunder and Cure. So that is how you can get stronger magics. But it also means, like I said, they are going to be a lot tougher. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be pointing out the different types of enemies that you can fight, just so that you know that you can come back there and get those types of spells from them. So now you know you can go to the beach, you can get Blizzard and Sleep. Sleep doesn't have any sort of upgrade, but it's always going to be good regardless. Or you can come here to the forest to get Thunder. And if we would ever fight one, there was one more enemy in this area, and you can get fire from them. And I don't remember totally off the top of my head. I could be wrong here, but I think they would also learn poison at higher levels. These guys, the bite bugs. You want to load up on your fires? These are the perfect guys to do it. Oh, and how have I not done this yet? I haven't pointed this out yet. But the game has it programmed in. This is supposed to be the first enemy you fight. And my luck, look how long it took me to fight one. Wow. Anyways, most characters, you attack, there's a chance they'll do a critical hit. Seems normal, most games are like that. Well, Squall doesn't have this. He will never get a critical hit. What you have to do is pull R1 just as he's attacking the enemy, and he'll just do increased damage. Now, this damage isn't quite as high as another character getting a critical hit, but because he can do it every single time, the damage output that he gives balances out to a hell of a lot more than ever getting a critical, so don't feel too bad about that. It kind of puts you more in the game as well, because it's giving you, as a player, something to do instead of just being like, attack, 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 attack. You actually have to be somewhat paying attention, because here's the thing, I could be like, alright, attack, and I want you to draw. Oh crap, he's attacking, gotta kind of stop, and oh, I missed it. See, you've got to be watching for it as well. Well, let's just finish off this battle here. And done. Picked up a few fires, picked up a few thunders. Whew, we leveled up. Okay, now we're level 8 and 9. Guardian Forces level up as well. That'll give him more health, allow him to do more damage. Not necessary. So, we've gone over junctions, we've gone over magic. I'm gonna call that the end of this episode. I'll see you guys in the next one. Now we've got all the boring stuff out of the way. Good. Next time, guys. Until then.